Relationships are complex, especially in today's modern dating world, where everything feels faster, more connected, and yet strangely more disconnected. For many women, one of the biggest mysteries in dating is understanding why a man who seemed so interested suddenly pulls back. Here's the truth. A man doesn't lose interest for no reason. There's usually something he sees or senses that triggers a shift in his emotions. This isn't always about you doing something wrong. It's about dynamics, behaviors, and how both people contribute to the relationship. In this video, we're going to explore the key things that can make a man lose interest, especially in the modern US dating landscape. By understanding these dynamics, you'll be better equipped to navigate relationships with confidence, self-awareness, and authenticity. The silent shift. At the start of a relationship, things often feel effortless. The excitement is high, and both people are invested in getting to know each other. But as time goes on, the real test begins. For a man, the moment he starts to see things that don't align with his values or emotional needs, he may start pulling away. These aren't always dramatic events. It's often subtle patterns that create doubt. And when that doubt creeps in, it can be hard to recover the same level of attraction and connection. Let's talk about what those patterns might look like. 1. Disrespectful behavior. Respect is everything in a relationship. When a man feels disrespected, even in small ways, it chips away at his interest. Disrespect doesn't always come in obvious forms like yelling or name-calling. It can be more subtle, like dismissing his opinions, interrupting him, or making sarcastic comments about his efforts. In today's fast-paced dating culture, where communication often happens through texts or social media, small signs of disrespect can easily be amplified. Ignoring his messages, mocking his vulnerabilities, or downplaying his feelings are things that stick with him, even if he doesn't immediately call them out. A man wants to feel valued and appreciated. When he feels like he's not being treated as an equal, he's likely to withdraw. Betters 2. Lack of emotional connection. Physical attraction gets things started, but emotional connection keeps them going. A man loses interest when he sees that emotional intimacy isn't growing. In the US, dating often emphasizes casual connections, and many people struggle to go beyond surface-level conversations. But for a relationship to last, there needs to be vulnerability and openness. If a man feels like you're not letting him in, whether it's avoiding deeper topics or keeping your guard up, he might assume there's no path forward. On the flip side, oversharing too quickly can also make him uncomfortable. Balance is key. Building emotional intimacy takes time and mutual effort, but it's the glue that holds a relationship together. 3. Excessive negativity. Let's face it, life isn't perfect, and everyone has bad days. But when negativity becomes a pattern, it can push people away. A man loses interest when he sees constant complaining, pessimism, or an inability to find joy in everyday life. This doesn't mean you have to be upbeat 24/7. In fact, being real about your struggles is part of building connection. But there's a difference between occasional venting and a mindset that drags everything down. A relationship should feel like a place of comfort and positivity, not a source of stress and frustration. In a culture where everyone is busy juggling work, personal goals, and social obligations, people gravitate toward relationships that feel like a safe haven, a place to recharge and feel supported. 4. Jealousy and controlling behavior. In the US, where independence is highly valued, jealousy and control can be major turn-offs. A man loses interest when he sees behaviors that make him feel suffocated or mistrusted. checking his phone, questioning his every move, or constantly needing reassurance can make him feel like he's walking on eggshells. Trust is one of the most attractive qualities in a relationship. When a man feels trusted, he's more likely to stay engaged and committed. Remember, jealousy doesn't protect a relationship. It creates cracks in its foundation. 5. Superficial priorities. In a consumer-driven culture, it's easy to get caught up in appearances, but a man loses interest when he sees that materialism or superficiality takes precedence over genuine connection. If he feels like he's being judged by the car he drives, the clothes he wears, or the kind of restaurant he can afford, he may start to question whether the relationship is based on shared values or fleeting interests. A lasting connection isn't built on what someone owns. It's built on who they are. How to keep his interest. Now that we've covered what can make a man pull away, let's talk about what keeps him invested. The answer is surprisingly simple: authenticity, respect, and emotional connection. 1. Be genuine. Let him see the real you. Trying to mold yourself into what you think he wants will only create distance. 2. Show respect. Celebrate his strengths and acknowledge his efforts. Respect goes both ways and creates a strong foundation. 3. Focus on positivity. Bring light into the relationship by finding joy in small moments and approaching challenges with a growth mindset. 4. Build emotional intimacy. Be open about your thoughts and feelings and create a safe space for him to do the same. Final thoughts. In today's dating world, where ghosting and fleeting connections have become the norm, standing out means being intentional. A man loses interest when he sees behaviors that create doubt, mistrust, or negativity. But when he sees authenticity, respect, and emotional depth, his interest will only grow stronger. The key is balance. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to show up as yourself and build a relationship rooted in mutual understanding and care. Remember, what truly captivates a man isn't just how you look or what you say, it's how you make him feel. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into modern dating and relationships. See you in the next one. In the beginning, relationships are fueled by attraction, curiosity, and the thrill of discovering someone new. But as the initial haze of infatuation clears, deeper emotions and connections come into play. This is where a man's true feelings start to reveal themselves. It's not about surface-level appearances or the perfect date nights anymore. It's about the things he observes, your behavior, your mindset, and how you make him feel. A man loses interest when he sees patterns of behavior that contradict the values and qualities he's looking for in a partner. It could be subtle at first, a dismissive comment, a sign of disinterest in his dreams, or even an overreaction to a small issue. These moments add up, and they create doubt. For example, a man loses interest when he sees disrespect, whether it's directed at him, others, or even yourself. Respect is the foundation of any meaningful relationship. When it's absent, he starts to feel undervalued and unimportant. No one wants to feel like they're just filling a role or checking a box. Another trigger is inauthenticity. A man loses interest when he sees that the person he thought he was connecting with isn't genuine. Pretending to be someone you're not might keep his attention for a while, but eventually the truth comes out. And when it does, he's left questioning whether he ever really knew you. Negativity is another major factor. When a man sees someone who constantly focuses on the worst in situations, complains without seeking solutions, or drains the energy in the room, it becomes exhausting. Relationships are meant to be a source of joy and support, not a constant battle against a cloud of negativity. But here's the tricky part. Men don't always voice these concerns. Instead, they pull away. They stop texting as much, cancel plans, or become distant. It might seem sudden, but often it's the result of gradual disengagement. It's important to understand that this isn't about being perfect. No one is. It's about being mindful of how your actions and attitudes contribute to the relationship dynamic. When a man sees support, kindness, and a willingness to grow together, his interest deepens. He feels appreciated, respected, and valued, and that creates a bond that's hard to break. So, how can you avoid the things that make a man lose interest? First, focus on authenticity. Be yourself unapologetically. Show him who you truly are, including your strengths and vulnerabilities. This honesty builds trust, and trust is the cornerstone of any lasting relationship. Next, nurture the connection with mutual respect. Celebrate his victories, listen to his struggles, and offer encouragement when he needs it most. When he feels like you're on his team, he'll naturally want to invest more in the relationship. Lastly, maintain a positive outlook. This doesn't mean ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. It means choosing to approach challenges with a mindset that looks for solutions and growth, rather than blame and defeat. At the end of the day, relationships thrive when both people feel seen, heard, and valued. A man loses interest when he sees behaviors that make him question the relationship's foundation. But when he sees love, respect, and authenticity, his interest will only grow stronger. So, ask yourself, what do you want him to see when he looks at you? Let that guide your actions, and you'll find connections that stand the test of time. The shift in interest. At first, things seem perfect. The conversations are lively, the chemistry is strong, and the future feels bright. But for a man, interest isn't just about those initial sparks, it's about what comes next. A man loses interest when he sees something that makes him doubt the connection, question your compatibility, or feel a disconnect in values. Let's talk about what those somethings are. 1. Disrespect. Respect is at the heart of every healthy relationship. When a man sees disrespect, it's like a switch flips. Maybe it's how you talk to him, dismiss his opinions, or treat others around you, like waitstaff or family. It doesn't take a huge argument to plant the seed of doubt. Even small, repeated signs of disrespect can make him feel undervalued. Men, like anyone, want to feel appreciated. When they sense that they're being taken for granted or talked down to, it can erode the attraction they once felt. 2. Inauthenticity. In the US, where dating apps and social media dominate the scene, people often feel pressured to present a perfect image of themselves. But here's the truth. Men lose interest when they see someone isn't being genuine. Pretending to be someone you're not might work for a little while, but eventually cracks will show. A man wants to connect with the real you, not an idealized version. Authenticity builds trust, and trust is the foundation of lasting interest. When he sees the real you, flaws and all, it's much more powerful than any polished version you might try to project. 3. Constant negativity. Life isn't perfect, and everyone has bad days. But if negativity becomes a pattern, complaining about everything, always focusing on what's wrong instead of what's right, it can drain the energy in the relationship. Men are naturally drawn to women who bring light into their lives. This doesn't mean you need to fake positivity or suppress your emotions. It's about finding balance, acknowledging challenges, while also showing resilience and a willingness to focus on the good.